Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where criticism of Arsenal's goal scoring from set pieces continues. We saw it all through the international break. Arsenal continued to be criticised for their approach to games. We saw Arne Slot somewhat call it out. I mean, I don't think he was actually being overly critical of Arsenal. I think he was making the point that he didn't think that Arsenal winning in the way they're winning was sustainable, and Arsenal need to find a different way to win if they wanted to win the league rather than anything else. I understand why people sort of think it was a dig, but I think that was the point he was making. And of course, it was calculated to try and put pressure on Arsenal. He'd be silly not to, but I don't think it was necessarily sort of a dig. I think there's some nuance needs applying to those comments, but the criticism has continued as Arsenal won yet again yesterday via a set piece. Leo Trossard, of course, turning the ball in at the far post, meaning that Arsenal scored 10 goals this season from set pieces. Now, Arsenal are obviously a very, very dangerous side from set pieces, and it is a real concern if you are an opposition coach about how you are going to stop them. And one way teams are sort of trying to stop Arsenal scoring, in my view, is actually allowing Arsenal to score more from set pieces for two reasons. One, teams are sitting much, much deeper. I don't think it's a coincidence that Arsenal have gone 2 games in a row without having a shot on target against them in the Premier League. Now, I think that is partly because of their defence. I think it is obviously excellent. But secondly, teams are showing a lack of ambition against Arsenal, something Arsenal ironically are accused of doing quite often. But, Fulham yesterday, I thought they were bright in the first half, but a lot of their shots were speculative. But as the game wore on, they got deeper and deeper and deeper. And even at 1-0 down, I don't think they threw the bodies forward you would expect teams to do. And that, as a result, leaves very little space for Arsenal attack. That obviously means that Arsenal are going to throw more bodies forward. And they're going to get more balls into the box. And because of the lack of outlet, it means that Fulham, in this case, and other teams, will concede more set pieces, which means Arsenal will create more set pieces and Arsenal will score them. And particularly given the narrative, it gets in players' heads. And I think that allowed Arsenal to score more. I mean, Arsenal, obviously, as I say, very, very good at them. So I think the criticism is daft. Arsenal are entitled to score from set pieces. Last time I checked, they were still valid goals. But I think it is true to say that Arsenal are going to need, as Arne Slot was sort of suggesting and alluding to in the week, but Arsenal need to find other ways to score. Is it something I'm concerned about? Yes and no. Yes, it is because Arsenal obviously struggled last season, but no, it's not from this point of view this season because Arsenal are creating lots of other chances. Victor Gyökeres, for me, once he finds his confidence and form again, will bang in goals. Arsenal creating chances. I think the likes of Eze, once he gets used to sort of playing against low blocks, will become more effective, and Arsenal will score more goals.